our sidekick arrives, he pounds on the door, and then, getting no answer, he takes out his gun and he shoots the lock to get inside, right? Your eyes are widening, that's good. And then he kicks the door open, the lock having been broken by the bullet, and what he sees is the young man he's been chasing crawling across the floor away from him. Apparently this shot has gone astray and actually struck him. And our sidekick runs to his side, but the kid, sweating and now bleeding, dies. He's been fatally shot. And we, the television viewers, can see what the sidekick cannot, which is that there's a woman, a blonde woman in the back of the room, and she sees everything that happens, and she reaches down and picks up the gun that this scrawny kid has dropped and takes it and flees. The sidekick doesn't see this. So what we're left with is a crime scene, a dead boy, and the gun that the boy had is gone. Some kind of break in the action, I think. The next we see the police team is starting to assemble in this apartment, including the man we'll call the protagonist, who is dressed in a sharp tan suit with a narrow black tie and a kind of shock of brown hair swept across his forehead and a steely jaw. He's a kind of picture of posture and rectitude. And what this next scene tries to work out is basically where the gun could have gone, right? So our sidekick is telling his story to this guy, we'll call him the captain, is sort of explaining that he was shot at, and then, ultimately the punchline that the gun has disappeared, and it looks as though, he's under a murder charge if he can't show that he was threatened in such a way that would demand a response with deadly force. So this kind of wonderfully tense exchange between the two of them, in which the captain is almost kind of sadistically tough on our sidekick. This is one of the things I was so struck by again in watching it again, was that he, the year is 1968. Already maybe you're beginning to get a sense that these sweating kids and what are going to emerge as their drug connections are under special scrutiny. And this kind of figure of rectitude, our captain, our protagonist, is sort of set up to radiate disgust at the ways in which these kids betray themselves, betray us, get themselves into trouble, get his good man, the sidekick, into trouble. And it was just, one of the things that was so fascinating about it was how severe he was to his sidekick, who just killed somebody, not let them leave. Tell your story, sidekick.